And yes, this is the Zhiyun Crane M3S combo version. And with the combo version, you get this really nice bag that has a lot of compartments to it. You get the gimbal itself, which looks really nice. We'll get back to that in a second. There is a strap in here for that bag, a high quality tripod for the gimbal, a phone mount, because yeah, you can use this with your phone, charging cable, and a bunch of other little USB-C cables that you can use to connect it to your different cameras. And as for the gimbal itself, it has a really nice controls on here. A very nice easy button to change your typical modes from follow to pan follow and lock. You also have a shutter button, which connected to your camera, you can start and stop recording. You have a nice power button on the side. You have your USB-C charging point, but also this port can be reversed and it can charge other devices like smartphones or your cameras. And then on the back side, you have your typical trigger where you can tap and hold to lock it in place. You can double tap it to recenter it, and you can triple tap it, 1, 2, 3, and it will actually go into selfie mode. And on the front, you have a control wheel, which you can actually go into your settings and you can set it for what you want to use it for, like a roll control, an X-axis control, Z-axis control, your aperture, shutter, ISO, e-focus, or e-zoom. So if I was to put it on roll control, instead of trying to do that with your arm moving, you can actually really fine tune it with that roll control. And there's also a 1/4" thread expansion port here on the side where you can add other things like a mic or a light. However, if you look up here, you actually don't need to add an extra light because you have a tiny one up here. And although it's tiny, it's really bright. On the side here is where you have a dial where you can hold it down and you can turn on and off your light. And you can also use that dial to adjust the brightness or the color temperature of that light. To start the gimbal up, you can unlock these different access points, which is great for when you are traveling. You can just lock them up into place so that they won't be moving around. They have little measurement numbers on there too, so that if you are switching to a bigger lens or a different camera, you can remember which numbers that they're on and you can easily put them back onto that. And besides this thing being built like a tank, it's also very lightweight, just coming in at 705 grams. It has 3-axis stabilization, and also one feature that I love that a lot of cameras don't have is this will just keep spinning in 360, so it won't hit like an edge and you have to go back the other way. This will keep going. It has this really cool new quick release system where you can take your camera off that quickly and easily and just pop it back on there. You can get some different mounts for different cameras if you need to switch between them. But look at how quick that is. So you just pop that on. The battery in it can last up to 7.5 hours, which gives you a lot of time to use this. And it also has fast charging, so when you do charge it up, it will just charge up in no time. There are a bunch of gimbal modes on here to really help step up your creativity, like vortex mode, portrait mode, go mode, time-lapse mode, panorama, and motion lapse, as well as a smart mode, which allows you to choose from a bunch of different built-in templates. So you can add certain camera movements, color grading, transitions, special effects, and music. And with their app, you can actually remotely control it, which makes it perfect if you have a complicated shot, someone else can control it for you. The touchscreen on here is also really nice. It is really easy to navigate around, change the settings, calibrate it, balance it, go to different modes. If you're in the market for a gimbal, I don't think you'd be mad if you got this one.